It's not victim shaming to expect women to have the agency to leave toxic relationships.
On the contrary, that could be the epitome of victim shaming right there, y'all. And of course, if you knew her, I actually have narcissistic personality disorder. So that's Bill Maher talking about how Cassie should have left Diddy and all this other stuff, y'all. And honestly, just be truth be told, I used to think that same way. I like, why don't people just leave? Why don't, if it's so bad, why don't you just leave? That's until I started talking to victims of domestic violence. Men, women, non-binary folks, trans folks, like literally. When you start talking to them, you understand their stories and you see that the human mind is both fragile and resilient at the same time. They created the term Stockholm Syndrome for a reason. People tend to bond to their abusers. People tend to bond to the people who are putting them through the worst traumas of their lives. And there seems to be an incident where Cassie actually tried to leave in a hotel and something happened, didn't it? People like Bill Maher have such a simplistic understanding of domestic violence, and they expect people to just up and leave. Like men in the same situation, like men that have been dealing with Diddy are not coming out telling their story right now as well. Women should have the agency to leave. Yeah, but I know people will see this video and just like, Lee, you're trying to pander and stuff like that. I said male victims of domestic violence as well. There's male victims as well who don't leave toxic relationship dynamics for a different reason. They might be trauma bonded. They might have Stockholm Syndrome to their male or female partner. People get stuck in these situations for different reasons. There could be children involved. And I know Cassie didn't have children, but you got to kind of think of that age and power dynamic. There's grown men out here that said they were scared of Diddy. Like, Diddy's scary as hell. And she was like 19 years old. He was like in his 30s when they first met. I know that's legal, y'all, but y'all, it is kind of weird, ain't it? Like, she fresh out of high school and he a grown man could have had grandkids. Again, I know it's legal, bro. People will come out here and say, I get that. But the morals, it's, you know what I mean? And victims of domestic violence, like Cassie, they really do. It makes it, it's very, very tough to leave. I know I've been emotionally abusive to a few different people. And they should have left me, but they didn't leave me. And I used to justify my behaviors by their presence in the relationship. I'd be like, well, if I'm so bad, why don't they just leave? Like, I must not be that bad, right? Because they're still with me. So I must not be that bad. I would justify it, not knowing about trauma bonds and things of that nature, right? When I hear things or like what Bill Maher just said, it just kind of it upsets people, right? It's just like, damn, bro, if it was that easy to leave, people would leave. And sometimes when people leave, when they have the agency to leave, their ex or their partner unalives them. You see these family annihilators out here? Like the young lady tried to leave her marriage and then she was found unalived. Her partner found where she was at. Even though she got a restraining order, he unalived her. And Bill Maher would say, well, you know what? She had agency to leave. Some people are just crazy. Some people are just dangerous. Now on to the next topic. He don't really care. Again, y'all, I've spoken with thousands of victims of domestic violence. Oh, male, female, like I'm saying, all genders, seriously. And it's harder to leave than what people may think it is. I know people just, like I said, I used to think like that. I used to like, why don't y'all just leave? That's crazy as hell to stay in that relationship. And then you look at it, you get deeper. The mind, you get bonded to these people. Love and obsession and addiction. Like you get addicted to a person like a damn drug, and it hurts to leave them. Now, you can't imagine your life without this person, and it sucks. It really does suck. It hurts like hell to try to leave somebody that you're bonded to, that you're damn near obsessed with or addicted to. Like, you would rather be with this person than be alive. It's crazy how the mind works, y'all. I talk to people like that all the time, almost every single day for the past 5 years. Seriously. So to just leave, folks, like I said, I used to think that way. Educate yourselves. Like, take a deeper dive onto why people stay. Why do people stay in these relationships? Because some of us, when we were growing up, some of our parents and grandparents or our sisters or our brothers, like, damn, you done got cheated on 15 times. Why you keep going back? Like, they done had 3 babies on you. Why you keep going back? You literally have a black eye and you're missing your front tooth. Why do you keep going back? We didn't understand that. We just thought they were stupid. Like, damn, my cousin's stupid as hell. She keep going back to her ex. Y'all don't see how the mind be working, man. It's mental health is real. And I know people say that all the time. I'm saying it. But people need, like, I'm serious. Go seek therapy. I've been in therapy for 8 years, and it's opened my mind up to give me the ability to have a personality disorder and be able to verbalize myself and to express myself better and to help other people understand what they're going through as well. So if somebody else tells you to just leave, that person is not on your side, or that person just doesn't understand it, right? So that's why it's so important to get around people to understand what you've been through. Anyways, y'all, somebody sent that to me. Somebody in one of my groups sent that to me. It just made my blood boil, right? Because Bill Maher tried to use Cassie's text messages back to Diddy to just like, well, she actually liked the freak offs. So was it really this? Oh shucks, was it really abuse? Me too. She did say me too. She said me too for the freak offs. Shut the fuck up, y'all. Like, god damn. So to all my survivors of domestic violence, of domestic abuse, the toxic relationships, male, female, non-binary, gender, whoever you are, you are seen, you are heard. And I know people are gonna hop on this video like, you just pandering, little man just pandering because he wants some ass. I don't need to get. I don't need that, y'all. I'm good. I'm good over here. We good over here. We good in the hood. We good in the hood over here. In conclusion, some people should have the agency to shut the fuck up. Peace.